For the first time in Trump's second term, Senate Republicans broke with the president and joined Democrats to reject his Canada tariffs. This vote was symbolic, but politically, it's a crack in the armor, and the timing could not be more revealing. Let's talk about what happened, why it matters, and what it means politically. First, what happened? On April 2nd, the Senate voted 51-48 to reject the national emergency Trump declared to justify a new wave of tariffs on Canadian imports. The resolution was introduced by Senator Tim Kaine, and it directly challenged Trump's use of the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, a law he invoked to slap a 25% tariff on all Canadian goods and 10% on Canadian oil. 4 Republicans crossed party lines: Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Rand Paul, who co-sponsored the resolution, and Mitch McConnell. When the vote closed, McConnell fist-bumped Rand Paul. They applauded. It was a moment. So, why does this matter? Because this is the first real break Republicans in the Senate have made with Trump since he returned to office. Let's be clear, this vote is symbolic. Mike Johnson has already said he won't bring it to a floor in the House. Even if he did, Trump would veto it immediately. So the tariffs stay. But the politics? That's different. This Senate has confirmed all of Trump's cabinet picks, including RFK Jr. They've stood aside while the Department of Government Efficiency, led by Elon Musk, has bulldozed through federal programs. They've shown no appetite to rein in Trump's executive overreach, especially on spending. Until now. This vote marks the first time Trump's use of emergency powers got real resistance from inside his own party. Let's talk about how we got here. Trump imposed these tariffs in February, claiming that Canada wasn't doing enough to stop fentanyl and undocumented migration. He framed it as a national security issue and used that to declare a trade emergency. Then, just hours before the Senate vote, Trump escalated further, announcing new tariffs between 10% and 50% on dozens of countries around the world. He's calling it reciprocal trade. Critics are calling it chaos. Trump's top legislative aide, James Braid, even went to Capitol Hill to try to calm GOP nerves about what's turning into a full-blown trade war. But it didn't work. So, why did these 4 Republicans break? Susan Collins said flat out the tariffs would devastate main industries, lobstering, potatoes, pulp, and paper. And she said most fentanyl isn't coming from Canada, it's from the southern border. Lisa Murkowski said the same about Alaska. Quote, "This will hurt my state." And Rand Paul made the constitutional argument. Quote, "Tariffs are taxes. Congress, not the president, has the power to impose them." Even Mitch McConnell, who rarely speaks out anymore, decided this was worth taking a stand. It's a small group, just 4 Republicans, but it signals something deeper. There's discomfort building with Trump's unilateral use of power and with Musk's growing influence in that process. And what does it mean politically? Trump called these 4 senators personally and told them to, quote, "get on the Republican bandwagon." They didn't. That shows his grip is not total, and that matters. For Democrats, this is a strategic moment. If they want to make gains in 2026, economic pressure points like this are key. Instead of broad ideological attacks, focus on specific tangible policies where Trump's agenda is unpopular, even in red or purple states. This isn't a win for Democrats yet, but it's a place to start building one. Here are my final thoughts. This vote won't stop the tariffs. It won't change the trade policy, but it's the first time this Congress told Trump no. After months of compliance, after confirming RFK Jr., after rubber stamping Musk's sweeping cuts, the Senate finally blinked. This is what happened, that's why it matters, and that's what it means politically. If you're into straightforward, no-fluff political news coverage, like this video and subscribe. I'm Addison Voss. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.